Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Nine Soul. We've got 6 skill points, and we're gonna go cashing them in pretty quickly. Let's see. Looking at all the options, I think what I want to go right now is probably this path over here, because we can get bow charges after using our chi blast. So either that or the chi talisman boost, but I think I'll go down this path for now. And I only need 1 more skill point, so I think I'll hold out for that. That looks pretty good. Alright, so today we are going to be exploring to the west and seeing what's over there, which requires a trip up this elevator, now that I see that. And as far as what we're going to talk about today, well, I guess starting off, I'm still in the same day as the last 3 recordings as far as time continuity goes. We just had a delightful fruit salad for breakfast. Granted, it wasn't really a salad so much as just a bunch of fruit on one plate. You tossed yours together, so I guess it's technically a fruit salad, but carved up a watermelon. We got pineapple, blueberries, and raspberries. Unfortunately, our strawberries went bad before we could use them. There were only 4 left. We ate most of them, thankfully. It's always sad to see rotten berries in the fridge, though, but they were all around a good breakfast. We had thought about making some homemade pancakes with them, but honestly, I'm fine with just having had the fruit. I'm pretty full. Watermelon is hands down my favorite fruit. Which is convenient because it also works well with my last name to kind of fit into our fruit-themed nicknames, thankfully. Oh, this is a space-like puzzle that I'm probably... Okay, that one I don't have an excuse for. That was just embarrassing. Okay, I kind of see what they're on about. Okay, I gotcha. We have to go slowly. Can I even get through here? Oh, I can. Aha. There we go. All right. Wait, I see a thing. What is up here? Maybe that just turns things off. Oh, good, it does. Cool. So we get a reward for all that, and it is. Let's see our goodies. Just a standard component. We have a lot of coin. I should stop by the pavilion now that I think about it. We haven't been back home in a while, so next time we'll explore until we find a root node, and then we'll go from there, I think. In the meantime, so we've been rambling about hobbies, we've been rambling about various other things. Let's see, what do I want to talk about today? Oh, interesting. Okay. Can I stand on this wall? Unclear. I can. Okay, cool. And we've got ourselves another standard component. Alright, nothing too exciting, just some little bits of gold. Whoop, hello. There is something directly below me, but let's stay high before we fall down, because it'll probably be more work getting back up than not. This is where we came from? No, this is where we came from. Okay, this is where the transporter from the previous area is. So they both connect. It's just one is a little bit higher up. It looks like both of them were reachable from the ground level. So let's see what we can find in this area then. So my thought process right now is, let's see, 2, 3, and boom. Nice. Anyway. I'm thinking, why don't we keep talking about hobbies that I've had as a kid? So, I talked about crocheting briefly, and I'm so glad that I got you into crocheting, Kiwi. You are currently working on a blanket for your brother, and it's coming out great. It looks really awesome. I know you haven't done too much with it yet, but like what, you're like 14% done because, of course, you giant math nerd, you've actually like calculated out the exact amount of everything on it. I love it. I love what you do, Kiwi. You're so cool. You taught me the joys of spreadsheets. What can I say? Anyway, yeah, I crocheted a little bit recently too. You coerced me into doing it, and it was very pleasant to just sit down and do that. Honestly, might do some more of that today while we're watching Star Trek. We binged. I don't know if binging is the correct way to phrase it, but we just finished watching all the original series of Star Trek and the associated movies, all 6 of them. I'd say overall my favorite was Wrath of Khan, and then I would say the last one was also up there. I'm blanking on what it was, but I remember quite liking it. Then after that, the Space Whale was kind of weird, but also I kind of liked it. I don't know. The first one had really weird pacing issues, just because I think they were so proud of the CG and like the new like art assets that they had created that they wanted to show them off to their full capacity. But it really does kind of mess with the flow and pacing of the overall experience. Still fun movies, interesting premises, but I'm curious to see what I think of the next generation, because given what I know about it, which is not much, mind you, it sounded like I would like it more than the original series, But I liked Spock so much that it's really hard to let that go. Like, Spock was hands down my favorite character. Hand over the Grotto Scriptures chip. If you're all the same model, why do you talk so differently?
You Solarians all talk the same.
Is that a fair comparison? Go. Wait, wrong voice.
Go, ask people who made us.
If I could, I wouldn't be asking you. He's one sassy robot. I'm curious to see where the plot line with that guy goes. You know, it's been so long since we've seen Kalfu. My goodness.
Oh, no way. A rhizomatic bomb. So they really do exist.
Is it that infamous?
You're the weird one for not knowing about it. This was the weapon that forced the G Kingdom to surrender and thereby put an end to the turbulent era.
Why have I never heard about this?
Probably because you're from the Gia. Taoists have always been reluctant to believe that Leia created such a weapon.
Perhaps no one knew Leia for who he really was. So is it of any use?
I'm going to need more time to tinker with it. If the rumors were even remotely credible, this bomb should be handled with extreme care. One tiny slip-up could level this entire pavilion.
Are you going to condense that into an arrow at some point? I'm very curious. What have you got to say, Kalfu?
You got G's soul seal. So did you ever figure out what he was? It was always a mystery to me how someone so little would sound like a living antique.
So you've actually met G?
Of course I have. He read my fortune and said I would spend the rest of my life away from my hometown. What nonsense. He even invited me to the Grotto of Scriptures, saying he wanted to show me a secret no one's ever seen before. Was that his idea of a joke? Everyone knows the Grotto's biggest secret is the grave of Leia, which no one can seem to find.
We found it already, actually.
Who would ever want to step foot in those catacombs? It must be crawling with countless vengeful Fengshi souls.
I love how he's like, no one has ever found Lear's grave, and I handed him a bomb from it. That's fine. All right. I mean, overall DPS, I think Thunderbuster has been doing work, but honestly, I think I've been having really good success with Shadowhunter, so I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade that. I think getting more damage on that, which seems to be my most used by far, we'll take it. Juan's over there. Chiyu, do you have something to say? It doesn't look like you do. Let's take a look at your shop first. Oh, you do have something to say.
Oh, to be frank, I know one or two things about face reading. Would you be interested in allowing me a look?
Back from the grotto, and the first thing I see is another fortune teller. Fine, let's hear it.
You have a wide forehead along with a thin, narrow nose. A calamitous sign. Hoarding wealth will harm you a hundredfold, whereas spending it will bring you good fortune. I have here a collection of one-of-a-kind treasures, never to be seen again, once sold. Would you like to take a look?
Your face reading needs a lot of work, but I think you get the gist of it. You're a pretty good salesman, my... Alright, well, let's see what you've got on sale that I haven't bought already. I was thinking about the reciprocation trade, because having AoE on our what's it called, our chi talismans is pretty awesome. But I think for now what I'll do is I'll probably buy these poisons and get some HP up with Shenong. Looks like that's all I can afford right now, but maybe after I recycle a bit. We'll save Shenong for less, because he's always rough on the voice. That should be able to allow me to afford at least one more poison. I don't want to sell Xuan's coin, that just feels in bad taste, honestly. Wall climbing gecko. I didn't actually read the description of the last one. Gut wrench fruit, a tropical fruit from the kingdom of Yi. Or Yi. I'm not sure. Poisonous sacs are distributed throughout the fruit, but there are those who still risk their lives for a taste. I don't know. Things that have weird, like, tentacles or worm-like structures coming out of them just immediately become a little less appealing to me. Wall climbing gecko, a gecko endemic to Yan. It's not poisonous by nature, but toxins from the ants it consumes build up within their bodies, rendering them completely inedible. Oh hey, that reminds me of the story I was telling about the African dart frogs in a couple episodes ago. That's cool. Basically the same idea. Things they eat are what make them toxic. And then... Alright, let's see what Chuan has to say first. Looks like we're going to be playing a game of, what was it, Qian Kun or something?
Why are you here, Yi?
Indulge me for a game of Qian Kun.
I've been practicing with Abacus while you were away. I might even be able to tie with you this time.
Have a little more faith in yourself. Guaranteed Chuan at some point is going to beat Yi. Chuan is just like a little sponge for knowledge. I don't know what he's made out of, but he is quite adept at what he does. Let's start.
Really? Then I'm going for it. Let me see. I'm gonna take all the corners first.
So what meanings of life will you guys talk about today?
Yi, are you okay?
What? What about me?
I don't know. I think something's on your mind.
My mind? No, everything's fine.
You're lying. I know that much at least.
It's complicated. Do you think there are actual villains in this world?
Yeah, that Ji Quan guy who captured you was pretty villainous.
Do you think that way because he hurt me?
Yeah, he bullied you a whole lot.
If I had hurt a lot of people in the past, wouldn't that make me just as bad as Ji Quan?
Are you worried you're becoming a villain? I mean, I don't think a real villain would be worried about that.
Really? Wait, the setup. How did you know how to play here?
What's wrong?
Nothing at all. That was an ingenious move.
I can't explain it, but sometimes I'm just playing by feel.
By feel? I've never been one to do things just by feel.
Maybe that's why things have been so tough for you.
What do you mean?
Maybe most things aren't that complicated. You just have to try your best. Plus, it must be so tiring thinking about all this villain stuff every day. Well, I lost because I was too busy talking again.
But you're improving rapidly. What's more, you're much more talented than you think, in more ways than one.
It's not every day I get some praise from you.
That's sweet. I can definitely feel my throat starting to give out, so this will definitely be the last recording of the day. 4 in one day seems to be really like my upper limit, and honestly 3 is probably where I should cut it for vocal integrity, I would say. Well, you know what? Chuan probably still had something to say. We haven't talked to him about beating G yet. That boy, that boy, oh my goodness. That boy, I can't get the voice. Wow, my throat really is shot, isn't it? That boy Chuan is using stones to tell fortunes. He must have learned it from the villagers. What a disgrace. Our village must seem like a complete joke to you people. Not really. We also do divination. Abacus was probably the one who taught him that. What? How can that be? You can fly and create contraptions, but you still believe in these formless ideas? Faith is used to control the ignorant. You're not supposed to be that gullible. I used to ponder the same conundrum, but maybe there's a reason why faith can't be replaced. An interesting thought. I think it's just inherent comfort in knowing that potentially there's someone or something looking after you. It's a comfort of kind of a nebulous, the world is cruel, unforgiving, and completely disinterested in your existence, but maybe there's something in the background that still cares. Wow, this got existential again. We're doing that a lot these episodes, aren't we, Kiwi? How is it? This toad is extremely rare and rumored to be delicious, but there have been no records of what it actually tastes like. How? What? What? So how does it taste? How is this even possible? It's crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. You can't call this a toad. It's a bona fide high-end meat. Huh? What? Really? It's the most delicious thing I've eaten here. No, it might be the best damn meat I've ever had. Shenong, what's wrong? Shenong, hey! What happened? Why are you yelling my name? Who are you? Where am I? Okay, no wonder there weren't any records. So I guess he loses his memory, or I guess the frog causes memory loss. Before I completely destroy my throat on these little conversations we're gonna have with Shenong for 3 whole poisons and at least 1, if not 2 drinking sessions. Actually, it'll be 2 drinking sessions, yeah. Why don't we finish the dialogue with Chuan Chuan first?
Do you believe in any gods, Yi? The village elders always told us to believe in the gods. They said doing so would make us healthy, give us good looks, and give us boneless meat to eat.
Boneless chicken wings from the gods? Wow. I mean, do you believe in gods?
Kind of. It'd be nice if the gods turned out to be true. But not every question has an answer, right?
I suppose. It's not like I'll ever know if that oracle's divination was even ever accurate now. And then we got some gifts for you. Red G-Fong clay. I'm trying to give it to you, I promise. Here we go. Have you ever played with clay? Here, for you.
This feels like really good clay. We should be able to make some ceramics with it.
Does the Peach Blossom Village also know the art of ceramics?
Of course. How do you think we made our urns, cups, and bowls?
Earthenware and ceramics are 2 very different things.
The techniques passed down by the village elders aren't anything to sniff at, you know. How about this? I'll make you something to show you what I mean. You need any cups? I'll fire up an engraved cup for you.
I have enough cups, but just do your best, and don't even think about eating any of that clay. They load it with sodium nowadays, and it tastes awful. Speaking from someone who has eaten his fair share of Play-Doh in his childhood. Yeah, it just does not taste the same it used to. It's just so laden with salt. It's like, it was already very salty because they wanted to make it salty enough to deter kids from eating it. But it used to have the right amount of salt, like salty enough that you would call it salty, but it like weirdly sweet and bitter at the same time that meshed well with it. I'm thinking about this way too much. Well, claiming Gecko, here you go, Shenong. Oh boy. Kiwi, you live with me. Ow. Wow, that's delicious. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I make good food. Wow, that's delicious. The flavor has a gentle sweetness that lingers even after I've gulped it down. Munch, munch. Not bad. It really goes down smooth. Shenong? Not bad at all. It was so good I almost forgot how to breathe. I blacked out and saw a few of my dead buddies. It was a hell of an experience, let me tell you. We would typically refer to that as experiencing. Oh my goodness! Come on, you can get out of my throat. I know. No, don't take that out of context, Kiwi. We would typically refer to that as experiencing. Oh my goodness! We would typically refer to that experience as seeing your life flash before your eyes. All right, a little bit more HP, my good sir. What are we going to talk about today? What meanings in life will we find with our poisons and our homebrew? Nothing beats drinking while sitting by the fireside. There's no fire here, bud. With that damn bee monster giving me so much trouble, I sure needed a break. Bee monster? Okay, he's actually just hallucinating, isn't he? What bee monster? Did you bump into the Phoenix God outside? What? Is that not allowed? Watch yourself. We're surrounded by hazards on all sides. Don't just run out on your own. Yeah, hell, that's nonsense. I've been all over this damn place. Actually, you know, that's true. Oh, wait, hold on. I've even been to that filthy cave with the ugly murals. You can find a bunch of useless crap up there. Cave statues, you went out there all on your own? Don't you understand me? That was nothing. Trying to find a way to naturally make a hiccup sound while talking with these voices is challenging. It's fun to try out. I did miss a little bit of that dialogue, forgive me, but it sounds like there were he was talking about treasures hidden in the place with all the cave paintings, so where we were just at, the Grotto of Scriptures and such. Giving him the gut wrench fruit, and this will be our last little bit of dialogue with Shenong, I hope, for today. And we just have to say hi to Abacus, and we can head back to where we were before. This fruit tastes pretty normal. Are you sure it's poisonous? Are you sure it's poisonous? I can't really enjoy normal food. We learned at school not to touch it due to all the parasites burrowed inside, so I have no idea. Alright, so I was right, it is covered in worms. Gross. You dumbass. You believe everything they teach you at school. The small white granules inside pack quite a punch, though. They're pretty good. Really? So it's edible? Why don't you take a bite yourself? Come here and stop shaking. I haven't moved. You're constantly kind of like pulsating back and forth with that code. You're definitely moving. Oh, come on. Now you have two heads? Hey, why'd you turn your face into a bug, trying to impress me with your theater tricks? Well, I'm glad I listened to my school teachers. All right, we can remove the cheese grater from the back of my throat. Let's go. Let's go say hi to Abacus. What have you got to say today, Ruyi? Is it Ruyi or Ruyi? Ruyi sounds better. Ruyi kind of is hard to roll off the tongue. My lord. Oh gosh, doing Frieza straight out of Shenang. Oh my god. My lord, don't you think there are quite a few similarities between Xuan Xuan and Heng? The results of their personality analyses are also quite similar. If your humble servant could express an opinion, having Xuan Xuan wake you up was the most incredible stroke of luck I've ever witnessed. There we go. That sounded pretty decent, pretty natural. Also, I never really thought about it, but I realized it now. This is our soul sanctum right here. Just like with all the other souls when we get their soul seal. So, yeah, just a little bit of world continuity that fits the picture. A little tidbit of something I realized. Anyway, I think that's enough pavilion dialogue for today. Why don't we go ahead and explore this new area for a little bit longer, and then we'll call it an episode, and I will call it a day's recording as well. My throat will definitely appreciate the rest, especially considering my last shift of work, which was 2 days ago. I talked so much that I was actually losing my voice at work. So thankfully my throat does seem to recover pretty quickly after just like letting it rest. But I do need to find some better ways of preserving my vocal cords, I think, because I may not be doing the best job overall. We'll take this downwards path first and see what's over here, aside from explosives that run at me. I'm trying to spam chi charges at this guy and I don't have any. But that went pretty smoothly. There we go. So, what was I talking about before I started this, before I started the town dialogue? I think I was talking about other hobbies of mine. So I talked about crochet. There was a brief moment where I actually got into origami. I never really got very far, but I had I forget the term, but it means 32 sides. And basically it was a really cool, basically I made a bunch of like folded, not quite rectangular, but just shy of rectangular, kind of like a square with two triangles on each end. So not trapezoidal, rhombus maybe? Oh my goodness, it's been so long since grade school, I've forgotten basic shape logic. Or basic shape names. Yeah, I guess rhombus shaped probably. So a square with two triangles at opposite ends. And you could tie, and they had, because of how I folded it, they had little pockets on their surface that you could tuck those triangles into. So you could connect all the little pieces, and eventually they came together to make this giant, not a cube, but again, a 32-sided shape sort of structure. I forget what it was called, but it was really cool. And I don't know if I still have that or not. I hope I do. All right, looks like we found another area. What's over here? Oh no, it's one of these rooms, Kiwi. I was so bad at this with you. Yep. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, okay, I can't go this way. Yeah, I don't know why, but I am just like, there's something where I am just deficient in the brain when it comes to handling that sort of a platforming challenge. I don't know why. I'm gonna assume this is kind of like a one-off area with some treasure at the back, because it has that vibe to it. Hopefully I am correct, and hopefully I can platform appropriately. There we go. Didn't charge up. I thought I had exactly enough time to charge that up. Oh well. But yeah, so secret Kiwi, I don't think you ever knew that, but I do have like a very brief history of playing with origami. I think I've made like one swan in my life. It was mostly the cube or the weird shape thing. Oh. A root node already? Are we coming up on like a boss or something? That's odd. There may be more to explore than I realized. Got an elevator here. GM fertilizer, okay. Sounds cool. Nothing down here that I can reach, it seems. Elevator, can I use you? Elevator takes us to Sky Tower. Okay, so we're at the Sky Tower. Good to know. Alright, well, it doesn't look like I can actually do anything here, so I guess I'm backtracking for now, but it leads to another area. Maybe this was the area that was supposed to be above, I forget what it was called, but the two different routes we had, the one that led to the Sky Tower and the one that led to the Grotto of Scriptures, this must be the other path that Yi had had mentioned to us when we were allowed to kind of pick our next destination. That was the smoothest this room could have gone, and I'm genuinely surprised that I didn't take damage and die there. Quite happy with that outcome, though. So, other than origami, what else did I get into, like handicraft? So, oh my goodness, okay, this is going to be super nostalgic. Kiwi, I think you talked about having done these yourself as well, but does anyone remember those old, like, archaeology kits, the little, like, dig-em-out dinos? They were just, like, little fake plastic bone-type structures buried in plaster. Those were, like, the coolest things to me as a kid, and my parents would get them for me every birthday because I was so into them. And oh my goodness, Kiwi, I was a big dinosaur fan as a kid. I mean, The Land Before Time was probably the biggest reason, because you know how kids are. They are easily impressionable. They're very easily impressioned upon, and what's more impressionable than a family-friendly series of movies that also introduces the concept of death? Oh, this doesn't look good. Just kidding. Joke's on you. Honestly, you're a big guy, and I think you're a threat, so I'm gonna just drop all my arrows on you. Oh, you're gonna do this again? That's unfortunate for you. You're just gonna stand there and take it. You're gonna have a bad time, good sir. And the best part is I can farm up chi charges on these structures. All right, can't go to the left. So let's see what's up this way then. Also, you know how at the start of this episode, I mentioned that we had a delightful fruit salad for breakfast? Well, a large portion of that fruit salad was watermelon. And you know what watermelon is? It's a diuretic. And you know who is like painfully in need of use of the bathroom but has like 4 minutes left in the episode? This guy. This guy has 1 bladder and a lot of pee. Hi, Kiwi. Welcome back. Just for context, Kiwi of the present is currently sitting beside me. She just returned from, I presume, her own trip to the bathroom and returned to that statement. So, welcome back, Kiwi. You missed nothing. Wish that one-shot him, but it's okay. Anyway, we're doing fine. Just gradually making progress up the Sky Tower. It's almost inevitable that I will not find the... Hello. Cool. I can't believe I actually managed to kill him before I fell off. Is there something over here? It doesn't look like it. Let's see what's over this way. Probably a treasure, given its kind of... its somewhat secluded nature. Shortcut, so I guess this is the right way to go. Also, perfect. That'll lead to the root node, so we can progress a little bit further, see what we can find, and go from there. There's something fancy over there, actually. What is this? Oh, it's a boss. Well, it's a good thing we're close to the root node then, I guess. He does a cute little hippity hop. Probably shouldn't look at a boss and be like, oh, cute hippity hop. When it's, oh, okay, these things just stick around until, oh, they are stage hazards. Good to know. Oh, okay, he pushes us into them. Probably want to break as many of these as I can, because they're going to be a problem. He doesn't actually seem to want to hit me with that. He's mostly just using it to spawn his little roots. But they might despawn after a period of time, but I can definitely break them, which is pretty important to recognize. It seems like all of his moves have pretty sizable knockback to try and get you to fall into his roots. Okay. Not a hard boss yet. Just... I think if you let these things build up too much, you're gonna suffer for it. Try and get a heal here. And as long as you're watching the ground, it's kind of like fighting Grim, honestly, where you just have to make sure you watch the ground where his roots are spawning. Although, the thing about Grim was he had a consistent, this is where my roots are gonna end up, so I could always kind of predict where to not stand, and I could position pretty quickly and pretty accurately. Although, I guess it wasn't really more a matter of I could see it spawning. His little hippity hops are really cute. It's kind of funny. Whoa. Okay, that was a fancy finish that was entirely unintentional, but I feel good about it. Dark Steel. Oh my goodness, we get to upgrade our bow and arrow again. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I think, given the time, given my desperate need to go to the bathroom, we're gonna pop this open because I'm gonna forget that it exists otherwise. Oh wait, we already did. Never mind. We're gonna go to the root node. Down this way. If you can't tell by my voice, I'm getting increasingly frantic. The watermelon is all filing its way into my bladder, it seems. Yeah, we'll go. Okay, good. I can go down. Goodbye, guys. Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.